everyone, this is Lauren from the Passion for Paws team, and I'm going to be providing the transport debrief that we typically do at transport for you all today. With all of the coronavirus protocols we are following, everyone's safety is really first. So I'm going to first talk you through some of those protocols that we're following. So we want to really minimize the number of people coming to transport. We understand this is a really exciting time, but we don't want to put anyone at risk. So it is completely fine for obviously you to come and have maybe one or two people to help you transport the dog home with you. If you are coming to transport, please make sure that you are bringing a face mask and gloves or some sort of face covering. If you are bringing gloves, also make sure that those gloves haven't touched any surfaces that potentially could transmit germs. Please arrive on time. Transport happens at the Lowe's in South Burlington on Shelburne Road. It's on the contractor side, so when you get there, you'll want to pull into the far side of the parking lot. There will be Passion for Paws volunteers in the parking lot collecting who's there to pick up what dog. So when you pull in, please stay in your vehicle and just give us a wave and we'll come over and check in on who you're picking up. When we know you're there, we will then take the dog off the truck. We will walk them so that they can go to the bathroom. We will then put a collar, a leash, and a harness on them with a Passion for Paws foster tag. And then once that dog is all ready, we will walk them over to you. We'll take a picture of the dog and you with the dog, and then you'll be off on your way. When we bring the dog over to you, please make sure there's only one or two of you potentially there for the handoff. And then when you also take the dog off, when we pass the leash over to you, I'm going to do a quick leash demo with my dog Ryder. So I'm going to put the leash on him. Hi, bub. So, good boy. When you do take the leash from us, please make sure your hand goes all the way through the leash and you hold on tight. I know that's probably silly and a very basic thing for us to cover, but we have seen people that will walk with the leash like this, and then if the dog gets nervous or something happens, they might try to run, and we have seen people drop it before. So please make sure your hand is all the way through, it's all around your wrist, and you're holding on. Because especially since these dogs have just had a day and a half long journey, they don't know their names, they don't know where they are, they're going to be pretty nervous for the most part. And for those that have been strays or anything like that, they may think that the woods would be a safer spot. So please make sure you hold on tightly to your dog once we pass them off to you. All right. Thanks, Rye. Your dogs have been fully vetted. They had to get a health certificate to be able to go on transport, so please know that as well. But even though they've been fully vetted, it can be easy for them to potentially catch something on transport because it's a truck full of a lot of other dogs. And because of the journey, you know, their immune systems could be a little weaker, especially puppies. So once you bring the dog into your home, as they're decompressing and you're starting to see them come out of their shell a little bit more, please be monitoring their energy level, if they're eating and drinking. Also be monitoring their stool. It is common for dogs to potentially have runny stool, but if you're seeing anything in the stool like blood or worms, please reach out to us. Robin will hold on to all of the medical records for the dogs. And if a dog does need to be seen by the vet, of which Passion for Paws has 2 different vets that our dogs are seen at, and appointments are covered by Passion for Paws until they're adopted, Robin will be the one that needs to basically approve that the dog needs to be seen by the vet, and then she'll be the one, once you schedule an appointment, to send the medical records over. So please know that, and please be in touch if you are seeing any signs in your dog, and especially these young puppies. If you're seeing any signs that they're weak, their energy level's low, if they're not eating or drinking, or you're seeing anything in their stool, please reach out as soon as you can so that we can gather more information and work with you to see if they need to be seen by the vet. To go along with that, decompression time is really important for these dogs once they get here. Usually the first 3 days, you're going to see a mix of emotion. You know, they're excited because they've just finally gotten off the truck after a day and a half long journey. They might also be tired and need some some time to go and relax. They might be overwhelmed by everything happening. So please give your new foster dog space. Give them space to go and relax, and really take some time to start getting them into a routine and start implementing some structure. With that, dog-to-dog intros, if you have another dog in your home, are really important. And it's really important that you do them properly, because if dogs are not introduced properly, that can hurt their relationship down the line. So we always recommend, once you get home with your new foster dog, please take your new foster dog and your dog for a walk together. That is the best neutral environment to introduce them properly. By going on a walk, they can take in each other's scents, and they can really just spend controlled time with one another on that walk. So that's really important to do. We have provided a pretty thorough document about how to do dog-to-dog intros properly in the transport email. So please make sure you're reading that and all of the other documents we provided if you have a cat at home as well, and children too. So along with that, if you have children at home, sometimes their energies can be really overwhelming and tough for a dog to really read. So in introducing them for the first time, please let the dog just sniff your children and kind of take in their scent as well. We want your kids to be as calm as possible when they meet this new dog, because unpredictable energy can be pretty confusing. We never want you to leave children and that dog alone together, so please make sure you're supervising them. Please also make sure you're getting your kids involved in the training for the dog. Some dogs can see kids as fellow puppies and they want to play with them just like they would another dog. We want them to look as your children, as their leaders also. So please get your kids involved in training with the dog too, because that can help the dog gain some clarity around who their leaders are. If a dog feels threatened, there's typically 3 ways they'll react. They will try to run. So for example, during this transition period, if you all have fenced in yards, please make sure the fence is secure. Please keep a lead on your dog during all of this transition time. Keep a lead on the dog, especially in the home with other animals, as people are getting to know each other and they're getting to know each other, just to make sure everyone's safe, and if something happens, you have that lead that you can grab onto. So running sometimes is the first reaction. Many dogs will also submiss, so potentially pee or cower on the floor, or they'll react, so they may potentially nip. Many dogs will feel threatened if they're potentially in a corner and they feel like they can't get away. That's usually where you'll see some of these behaviors. So that's where giving them space to decompress is really, really important. And just rewarding them for the calm behaviors you're seeing, kind of like these two are doing right here, because that's going to reinforce them continuing to do those behaviors. Making sure that you are giving these dogs a structured schedule with exercise time and stimulation. So maybe doing some exercises in the house, asking them to sit, and also making sure you're walking them 2 or 3 times a day is going to be really important to help level out that energy and get them into a routine. So that structure is really important. We highly recommend crate training. Crates can be a really safe spot for a dog, especially when they're new. To be a place to go and relax. When folks are going to work, it also provides a safe space for you to keep your dog. You can start feeding your dog in the crate to help provide a little bit of a routine for them. Do a little bit of crate training with them by asking them to go in the crate and rewarding them. We always want the crate to be a safe spot. And for dogs that are getting familiar with your home, it can be a very safe spot for them to go and relax. The crate really helps provide structure for a lot of these dogs. If you don't provide structure, oftentimes the dogs will try to take a role in your home. So we really recommend, the second they get into your home, help provide that routine, help them start working with training, help them learn who their leaders are. Children can be included in that. When these dogs are given free range of being on furniture and sleeping in bed with people or children, that almost gives them something to guard because they've never had some of these things before. So that's where we really recommend, don't allow them on furniture, help with the crate, help build that relationship with them so that they know that you're the one making and calling the shots and giving them that routine and structure before you allow them access to other things. That's really, really important. Just be prepared and expect the worst and expect to be challenged, especially these next few days. They just have been on a day and a half long journey. The first couple nights can be hard in getting them into a routine. Try to get them to sleep in the crate and reward them for being in there and going in there and relaxing. So this can be a challenging time, but really hope for the best, because these dogs are resilient. They've been through a lot, and as long as you follow some of these guidelines, you're going to see a lot of progress even within the first few days. It can take a dog a few days, a few weeks, a few months to really get into a routine and make progress. So also keep that in mind, and please be patient with them, because it really is amazing once you can see some progress. Please review all of the documents that were sent to you. I think I already said this, but in that original transport email that Robin sent, there's tons of good resources there. And for those of you, as you're fostering, take pictures, take videos, comment that in the profile of that dog's post on Facebook, because you all promoting the dog is also what can really help them find their forever homes. And for those of you that are foster to adopt, you'll have 7 to 10 days to decide if that dog is a good fit for your home and if you want to keep them. If they're not, you'll just keep fostering them until we find a adoptive home for them. Also know that meet and greets are facilitated by Passion for Paws. We are doing tons of protocols right now to help folks meet some of these dogs through FaceTime, to help facilitate people gaining more information about a dog if they've been identified as a good fit. So please know that you'll hear from us once we have some folks that are a good fit for that dog potentially. If anyone has any questions at any time, please feel free to reach out to us. We always recommend give your dog a couple days to try to get into a routine before you reach out to us, panicking if maybe they don't like the crate so much at first or anything like that. But be in touch with us, and we are happy to provide as many resources as we possibly can during this time. And thank you all so much again, and we look forward to hearing from you with updates about your new